Our countdown of the biggest emergency clinics on the earth by the number of beds and emergency clinic size has come into the public concentrate like never before throughout the course of recent months, with numerous offices absolutely running out of beds due to the COVID emergency. Here, we go through the biggest emergency clinics positioned by the number of beds in the world. The top hospitals might shock you. In the event that this was a rundown in view of the number of staff, Mayo Clinic Hospital in Rochester in the US would be top. As a matter of fact, the main four would be all emergency clinics in the United States. Watch this space for that rundown. It will include a lot more American medical clinics than this one. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time visiting my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button below and turn on the post notifications to get more mind-blowing and exciting videos. To my longtime subbies, welcome back to yet another interesting video. At number 10, Ahmedabad Civil Hospital. In 2019, pristine 1,200-bed incorporation impelled the Indian Medical Clinic to the main 10, carrying its complete to around 2,800 beds. The office is the most seasoned to this rundown, established in 1841, yet has gained notoriety for being quite possibly of the most restoratively progressed clinics on the planet. Nonetheless, the Gujarati Medical Clinic went under extraordinary examination during the pandemic last year, with the Gujarat High Court expressing that the office was comparable to a prison, perhaps more awful. It put resources into additional staff and ventilators after this judgment. Number 9. Taipei Veterans General Hospital. Established in 1958, Taipei Veterans General Hospital presently has a bed limit of around 3,000. The Taiwanese office is maybe best eminent for opening the principal neurological establishment in the nation and has driven the country's examination into neurological circumstances. It was additionally the primary emergency clinic in Asia to reap the AIDS infection. Number 8. Government Medical College, Kozhikode. Otherwise called Calicut Medical College, the Kerala-based emergency clinic is the greatest in India. With a little more than 3,000 beds, the school is a subsidiary of the Kerala University for Health Sciences. With an admission of 250 understudies per year, it works under three principal foundations: maternal and kid well-being, palliative medication, emotional well-being, and neuroscience. Number 7. Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital, Johannesburg, with around 3,400 beds. This clinic isn't unquestionably the greatest in South Africa, but Africa in general. It is likewise a college clinic associated with the University of Witwatersrand Medical School. The emergency clinic was initially worked in 1942 for recuperating British and Commonwealth officers during World War II, known as the Imperial Military Hospital, Baragwanath. In 1993, it was named after the killed head of the South African Communist faction. Number 6. Public Hospital of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's public emergency clinic opened in 1864 after Colombo's most memorable current emergency clinic became stuffed. It goes about as a showing emergency clinic for the University of Colombo, while it was likewise the principal emergency clinic in the country to utilize a female medical caretaker. For sure, it was served by Catholic nuns until 1964 to assist with staffing deficiencies. The National Hospital treats multiple million outpatients consistently with 3,404 beds for inpatients. Number 5. The Clinical Center of Serbia. The Clinical Center of Serbia is the solitary European emergency clinic on this rundown with 3,500 beds. As such, it not just goes about as the primary emergency clinic for Belgrade, yet the remainder of Serbia as well. It has the size for it, covering in excess of 34 hectares and 41 units, including the Belgrade School of Medicine. The middle is simply set to get greater as well, with 110 million euros spent on its remaking, which will go on until the following year. Number 4. Ankara Bilkent City Hospital. Ankara Bilkent is by a long shot the freshest clinic on this rundown. It opened in March 2019, with the absolute expense of development coming in at just shy of 900 million euros. Its 1,554 single rooms would give it the 47th most beds on the planet, without help from anyone else. Notwithstanding, Ankara's subsequent medical clinic really has space for around 3,800 patients. It even highlights a 100-bed inn as a perception center. Number 3. Lanka Memorial Hospital. Taiwan's biggest hospital, a part of the Changgung Medical Foundation Clinic organization, is the greatest beyond China. The emergency clinic gets a normal of around 8 million short-term patients and 2 million inpatients consistently, effectively utilizing its 400 beds. Number 2. West China Medical Center. This medical clinic presumably has the most strange starting points of any of this rundown. It was established in 1910 by Christian preacher Bunches from the UK, US, and Canada. A clinical school was included in 1914, preceding turning into the first to show dentistry in China, 3 years after the fact. The clinic, which converged with Sichuan University in 2000, has 4,300 beds. Number 1. First Affiliated Hospital of Guangzhou University. The first affiliated hospital of Guangzhou University is serenely the greatest emergency clinic on the planet by the number of beds. At presently, it has 7,000. There are perhaps a larger number of beds than rooms. However, with past reports by Reuters proposing that beds can be found in passages and lift hallways while family members rest outside, the sheer number of beds really does imply that the medical clinic can turn over around 7.5 billion yuan, or more than 800 million pounds a year. These are the world's biggest and most sophisticated hospitals. Let me know what you think. I will be in the comments section waiting for your replies. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.